and two, what it will a regular campaign of ours. Let me assure you that this will be a campaign in home loans that will be the first ever campaign launched where the customer's interest has been kept in interest, and that is the priority in entire campaign that we are going to launch and share with you. And this will be an industry first, and this will be a huge obviously it will take time to grow for the customer to understand, but it will be a huge game changer in an industry which is otherwise driven only by rate of interest. So we are not saying rate of interest is not critical. We are saying this is an industry which is over defined by rate of interest, and it needs to go beyond the rate of interest. So sir, just bear with me. If the mobiles can be please shut, it will be a So I am Sanjay Karyali. I manage the urban finance business for L&T. Just a short about the group. It is very important to know who's the parent. L&T as a group is principally involved in anything which is of national importance, key infrastructure projects, industrial project, development, metro, energy. I think there is anything that as a country that we are connected with, L&T as a group is there. Some of the landmark projects that L&T completed in last few years, and each of these projects are of national importance. Closer home in Tamil Nadu, I have just put 3 projects which L&T as a group has taken. Some of these, the solar power plant by NTPC is a very innovative one. Okay, coming back to L&T Finance, the reason why we are here. So, very few companies, very few NBFCs. There are close to about 100-150 NBFCs in the market. There are just about 7 to 8 NBFCs which RBI or the regulator has identified as an upper layer NBFC, which it says is that you are very large and you have huge responsibility on your shoulders when you are lending. We are very large retail NBFC. We have a book of about 80,000 crore. Complete. This is the most important thing to look for in an NBFC, because this is how we get funds from the market. We are a AAA rated. And finally, we do a lot on the ESG, which is the environment and the sustainability side. We talked about 80,000 crore of retail business. The good part is that this is not a rural company or an urban company. It is 50-50% divided between rural and urban. There are very few NBFCs in the market which are 50-50 divided between rural and urban, and when I come to Tamil Nadu, you will see what I am saying. On the rural side, we have the micro loan and the farm, where we are amongst the top 3 in the market. Rural lab and agri-allied finance are the products that we have recently launched. On the urban finance, the products that we have is two-wheeler, which is we are very strong. We are amongst the top 3 in the market in two-wheelers. We do roughly about 90,000 to 95,000 two-wheelers in a month disbursed. The other 3 products that we have on the urban side, which are relatively newer, are mortgages, personal loans and SME. So, while we are 50% in rural and 50% in urban, in each of the products, there is a right to win, which means that why are we there in that product? We are not just another NBFC which is just doing business, but in each of the products there is a specific reason why we are there. In microloans, the presence that we are present in over 2 lakh villages. Overall, the customer base, so we are not just new customer acquisition, we are close to about 2.3 crore customers. Amongst the NBFCs, there will be just 1 or 2 NBFCs in the entire country who will have 2.3 crore customer base. About 13,000, other than the 2 lakh villages which we service, we are also in about 13,000 distribution points. And from a customer's perspective, we are one of those rare NBFCs where customer can work with us sitting at home on a holiday without having to walk into a physical branch at all. So let's just I'll quickly go through the business numbers. In 22, so there's a 3-year plan or a 4-year plan that L&T makes for each of these companies. This was the plan that we made for 26. Some of the key ones that we said that we were 51% retail then and 49% wholesale. This is in when we made the Lakshya target in FY22, and the ROA or how we make money, that was about 1.04. This is when we started the Lakshya target. On this we said that by 2026 we will be 95% retail. So we should have more than 5% wholesale, and we should be on a ROA, which is how we make money, is about 2.8%. ROA is simply how much of asset you have and how much of your net profit divided by the total asset is how much of money that you are making. This is the target that we took. So if you see by 24, we had already achieved the first target, which was how much retail. And the second target we are very close to. So we are at about 2.32 while we have taken a target of about 3. So the momentum that we have generated in the first 2 years is extremely strong, and obviously then we have re-looked at the targets because 90% of those targets are already met. So about a year back, we sharpened our entire business, and we said that broadly we will work on 5 things. One, we will acquire more customers, and not just more customers, we will also take care of our existing customers. So cross-sell. Currently there are businesses who within L&T Finance do about 70 to 80% only cross-sell. And there are businesses like two-wheelers where 30 to 40% of the business works only on cross-sell. Then we said that in the current environment, the credit is most critical. And we said that credit has to be there ingrained as a middle name for everybody in the organization. 3, the way that today the digital and how the customer wants to work with an NBFC is very different than what it was 3-4 years back. Finally, and this is the reason why we are here, is that once we have these 4 things in place and the people capability, how do we then communicate to all of you? How do we communicate to the customer? What is the medium through which we are able to communicate to the customer that okay, we are strong on acquisition, we have great products for you, we have strong digital capability, you can access sitting at your convenience. How is all this to be communicated to the customer? And that's where the heightened brand visibility, and we will talk about it in the subsequent slides. Now finally coming to why we are here on the mortgage or the home loan. So why did we pick up the home loan? Home loan is a relatively newer business for us. We have a book of about 18,000 crore, of which I will show you about 900 crores is in Tamil Nadu or Chennai. So why did we pick up home loans? One, Pan India, if you see, we were roughly doing till about 2 years back, we were doing about 2,500 crores of disbursement in a year, which has gone up about 3 times to 7,500 crore, which we ended last year. And March we did close to about 1,000 crore of disbursement. So when we said that while we are not very big, we are okay, decent. 1,000 crore a month of disbursement is decent. This product can be taken as a product for the proposition. 2, we are not present in 15-20 locations. We are present in close to about 47 branches. And in terms of locations could be much more. 2, unlike a lot of people in the market, we don't do only salaried, we don't do only self-employed, we do everything. We have a very strong mix of self-employed people, which is traders, wholesalers, manufacturers, and simple salaried people. And we also do professionals, which is doctors, chartered accountants, and all these, there is a mix. It is not that one segment we do 80%, the others are just by 10%. So there is an equal distribution between all the segments. 3, our delinquencies are extremely low. If you see, we are sub 1% on how you call delinquency. And we have got very strong, so if let's say we were to go to the market and compete with the big boys or big men, we will have strong digital capability where the customer can now reach to us and the offering can be much better than what some of the big guys offer. Why Chennai and why did we pick up Tamil Nadu as a key hub? Simple reasons. I explained to you 80,000 crore is our total book. Of that, close to about 10,000 crore is in Tamil Nadu. This is pan India, which is about 12% of our entire retail book is in Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu is amongst the top 2 markets for us pan India. Top 2 or top 3 markets. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are the top 3 markets for us at a firm level. So clearly 12% of our market is in Tamil Nadu. In urban finance also, if you look at 36,000 crore is urban, of which Tamil Nadu is about close to 3,000 crores, which is 8%. Again, very relevant and very important market for us. Let's come to now home loans. Again, 18,000 crore of home loan market, out of which close to 1,000 crores is in Chennai or Tamil Nadu, which is about 5%. So, 1,000 crores of book in this market, while it is not very big, but it is meaningful, and we said following are hence the reasons why we need to go aggressive in this market. Now, what did we do? What is this campaign about? Is this, and how did we come to this conclusion that in a product where everything is the customer right now is being offered is only on the rate of interest, and there is nothing that anybody offers on the rate of interest other than rate of interest, and maybe to some extent the amount of loan that a customer gets, but amount of loan is more or less regulated, and hence there is very little somebody can do. So everything is about the rate of interest that the customer gets. So we said if we are able to create a proposition which goes beyond rate of interest, which says okay, rate of interest is important, but can I offer to the customer something more than the rate of interest? And then how am I going to communicate to this customer? So we hired a market research agency which is Kantar, which is a global research firm, very well renowned. And they went to customers in each of the cities, in each of the states. They went to Chennai, surrounding cities as well. They met about 20 to 50 customers in each of these cities. They met customers who were taking home loans, about to take home loans, who had taken home loans, who had taken home loans from competition, taken home loans from everybody in the market. And they interviewed and they did focus group discussions with these people. And what they found out from these X number of interviews and focus group discussions that they did across with home loan potential and existing customers is that customer requires these 5 things. 1, simple. Can you give me a RE1 amount? As simple as that. 2, this 2, 3 are actually linked. Can I access you sitting at home? Can I access you sitting on a holiday? Do I need to come to a branch? Or can I am maybe in another city, the property may be in another city, I want to log in wherever I am. Is it necessary to come to the branch for the disbursement or for completing the documents, which is tech and documentation? Finally, are you present in multiple locations or are you present just in metro markets? So that was the extremely critical. And finally, it is a 20-year loan, 25-year loan. Do I expect the same level of commitment or transparency at the time of during these 20 years the way you have demonstrated initially at the time of disbursement? And then we said, okay, to deliver all this, what is needed? 1, we said, while the home loan, you cannot make any changes, okay? Home loan, LTV, we all know is completely regulated. But what does the customer require? Customer doesn't necessarily require a more home loan. What does he require? When he is buying a property from a builder, he's made the down payment, registration, everything he's done. And then the builder says, okay, 1 year, 2 year down the line, you will get possession. He doesn't have enough money when the property is completed to do the interior. That is what he needs the money for. So, can we help him? Which we have tried to address through the Home Décor Finance. And I'll explain to you what this means. And these 3 we have addressed through the process, which means that, okay, whoever you are, no documents you need to upload from a backend, sit, we will give you a complete approval, not in principle, not approval, conditional, this, that. We will look at your banking. If you are a salaried person, we will give you the approval in hours. If you are a self-employed person or a professional, we will give you an approval within a day. And finally, and this is the most important, I don't know how many of you have realized, while every bank gives a relationship manager to manage the bank account of a customer, there is no relationship manager that anybody gives to manage the home loan of the customer. And the customer has to talk to multiple people. He has to talk to the channel partner, the DSA who picks up the file, the builder, the sales guy of the finance company. So between all these, people tell him that, oh, okay, the file is here, the file is there, this is pending, that is pending. But there is no one point of contact in the entire organization who can tell him, okay, don't worry, you don't have to go anywhere. I'll come back to you and tell you what is pending in your file and what is required next. And this is not just at the time of disbursement. This is throughout. Please remember, it's a 20-year loan. The customer may want to reprice the loan, he may have some other requirement, he may require an interest certificate, he may require to talk to somebody on anything on his home loan in those 20 years. And that's the job of the relationship manager. So we said while these things are important, it is not that interest rates will be very high. So interest rates, and I am repeating, interest rates will continue to be attractive and competitive. So just to give you a number, our interest rates for a salaried customer start at about 8.65% at a certain CIBIL score cutoff. So the interest rates will continue to be very attractive, and on top of that, we will offer these three very strong. Now what this does is that hence the customer who was coming for a home loan and did not actually understand what are the multiple things, or he is not able to comprehend what are the multiple things he requires, suddenly he realizes that now my home loan is complete. So what is making the home loan complete? When he moves into the house, he has a Home Décor Finance ready, which means that any interior, and how this operates is that if let's say if the property is for 50 lakhs and we have given 80% LTV, so the home loan is 80% of 50 lakhs, that's about 40 lakhs. 15% of 40 lakh will be given as a Home Décor Finance. Now this is not linked to the home loan, this is not collateralized to the home loan, this is not top up, this is not integrated, this is not like how the market operates. This is a completely separate consumer loan. And this is, while it is of advantage to our home loan customer, but it is not necessarily that every home loan customer takes this. It is a 10-year loan. It can be 15% and up to 75 lakhs of the home loan. So if the home loan is 40 lakhs, this can be up to 6 lakhs. This will cover furnishings, any consumer durables, anything that he wants to buy. It is a simple process. The money will be credited to the customer's account. He has to just share with us either a pro forma invoice or an architect certificate or any other basic document which says that what is the estimate of the expense. The rate of interest, this is not collateralized to the home loan. So this is the consumer loan. The rate of interest varies between, so the rate of interest for a home loan, like I said, is about 8.65. The rate of interest for this is roughly between 10.65 to 11%. But that is very, very reasonable considering that this is not secured to the home loan or the property. And the flexibility that is given to the customer. Unlike the loans that are available, this is not 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. This can go up to a tenor from 1 year to 10 years. So two very beautiful things that we have tried to cover here, that we have given customer complete flexibility. So a long tenor, 10 years tenor, and up to 15% of the home loan. And this is given when the property is complete and he is now ready for doing the interior. The second thing is that the digitized process. So today, if somebody wants to check his eligibility, you can go on to www.ltfs.com. You can start the process, complete end-to-end, without any disturbance, without talking to anybody. You will get a complete approval. You don't have to upload any documents. Everything will be retrieved from a backend with your consent, which is a huge difference from how the market operates. And third, in case of any difficulty, during application, post-application, pre-approval, pre-disbursement, immediately the moment you log in, there is a dedicated RM which will be allocated, and then it is his or her responsibility to be ensuring that your home loan is taken care of and your requirement is taken care of. So you don't have to walk into a branch, you don't have to be after somebody, you don't have to get hassled. So with this we think that this makes our home loan proposition complete, and we think that this is an interest rate plus home decor plus RM plus convenience which the customer is getting without any extra cost. and this is why we think that this is one of the very innovative things, and from a customer's perspective, this is a huge benefit. I have already spoken about the process. For a salaried customer, it will be few hours. No additional documentation required, everything retrieved from a backend. For a self-employed, it will be between a day to about 1.5 days. So with this now, I would like to invite